You don't know what you're going to pick up at a yard sale or a thrift store, because something bad or good could be attached to it. You don't know the backstory. You go to a thrift store, you put on these pants, and you're rocking these pants, and you don't even know who pants they were. Yeah, they're washed, like they're washed from you or the company or whatever. You don't know who they belong to, what kind of energies that's still up in that material. A shirt, you don't know if like a person died in that shirt or that particular person, was abused or anything like that. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Andre, and welcome back to the Ghostfly podcast. I got a question for you guys out there. You guys ever wonder that if you guys went to a thrift store or anything like that, or even a yard sale, that whatever item that you guys bought, something could be attached to it? You know what I mean? Like, there's situations where, I've been to thrift store. I like thrift stores, like who doesn't, right? A lot of cool stuff. But recently I went to a thrift store, and as I was walking down the aisle, it felt like like the clothes on, the like pants are on the right side, and t-shirts and shirts on the left side. And this for real, I felt as though each one of those belonged to an individual person, like almost like they were there. As I was walking in the middle of the aisle, I felt like it was crowded. You know what I'm saying? Like, just too many people. I felt like I was in a crowd in the thrift store. Now, in this thrift store, there wasn't that many people there. It was a small place. It was in Tahoe, actually. But there weren't that many people there. But it felt crowded to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to the area that had books and everything. And as I'm looking at these books, it just felt like just too many people were attached to them. It's not like the feeling like if I went to a store, like a major brand store, whatever it is, and everything's new and it's folded right, and that fresh scent, like maybe people hasn't been wearing it. But different vibe, man. This is like the first time I felt that way. First time I felt that way. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I remember that kind of reminded me of when I first started this podcast right here. The thing that kind of set it off was when my oldest boy, when he saw himself in the mirror, his reflection in the mirror, and it did something different. You know what? Here, I'll recap it for you guys. So, this is not my first episode. So if you guys want to go back to watch the original, go ahead. It's cool. But, like, we have at the time we had 4 kids, and our 5th one was on the way. And the house is like about 8:30 or whatever it is, like at night, and our house is active, with friends, the kids, and we have family on the block, so people just walk in the house. And I walked to the kitchen, the dining room area, and my oldest son was sitting there at the table, and his hands were like this, right? His hands were like this on the table, and they were kind of like tapping it like this. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, Dre, what's going on?" He goes, and he whispers, "Dad, come here." And I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Come here." And he's whispering. I thought that was kind of strange, man, because like you could hear all the other kids running around the house. Anyways, so he tells me, I saw myself in the mirror, but I didn't move. And what he tells me is that he's at his older sister's door, right? And he's arguing with her. He's in the hallway, and there's a mirror right there, and he's arguing with her, whatever, like siblings and stuff. And as he turned around, he noticed himself inside the mirror, and the mirror was still talking to her. Like, dude, he's looking at the mirror, but the mirror's facing this way. And he said the mirror, the doppelganger or whatever that is, the mimicker, we call it a mimicker, was looking at her. Lips are moving, and it went like this, like shushed her like that. And as it turned around, their eyes met. Boom, just like that. And he said they were just standing there looking at each other. He saw it turn from her, look right at him, and they're looking at each other. And that's when he went, and he mashed out. And that's when I found him sitting there, at the table, like tripping. So that right there was the beginning of this podcast. Something might be going on in that old house we used to live in. So that mirror right there, we got that one in particular at a yard sale. And we since got rid of it. But what I'm telling you is like, you don't know what you're going to pick up at a yard sale or a thrift store. Because something bad or good could be attached to it. Now, I'm not saying whatever that was bad that my son saw, his reflection. But something was attached to it. It had to be because, it was a mirror that probably was owned by somebody and something happened. You don't know the backstory. Bruh, you go to a thrift store, you put on these pants and you're rocking these pants and you don't even know who pants they were. Yeah, they're washed, like they're washed from you or the company or whatever. But you don't know who they belong to, what kind of energies that's still up in that material, a shirt. You don't know if like a person died in that shirt or or that particular person, was abused or anything like that. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is just be careful of what you pick up at a yard sale or at thrift stores. Now, if you're getting bad energy or anything like that, think about it. You are picking up something that used to belong to somebody else and you don't know who they are. Think about it. I'm just saying, think about it. Like I said earlier, that thrift store that I was in, this is the first time it happened, and it felt crowded. It just felt like I walked into a middle of like a New Year's Eve party. You know what I mean? Like I walked in and it just felt like a lot of people were attached to these things, I didn't tell anybody that. It felt like it was too crowded. I almost wanted to walk out because it wasn't like they were talking or murmuring. It was just their energy was there. And I felt a little overwhelmed, and that would give me the idea is like, to tell you guys, just be careful because, bro, you could be bringing home some bad vibes, man, Thrift stores are cool though, right? Sheesh. Anyway, just something to think about, all right? If you guys have any stories or anything that happened to you guys that you think that was attached to an item that you got at a yard sale or at a thrift store, put it in a comment, all right? I want to hear about it. I'll reply to you. And also, I'm pretty sure other people would like to hear your story, But just be... Hey, look, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be going to thrift stores because I dig thrift stores. What I'm saying is, man, I think I'm aware of those vibes now, a little bit more aware of the vibes. And it just feels kind of strange to me now. I don't know. I know I'm going to be going to thrift stores and checking out yard sales. But am I going to buy something? I don't know. I can't say for sure. But as I feel right now, as I'm telling you this, man, I ain't buying nothing. I don't know. I feel like there's a stranger attached to a lot of things, Go buy a hat at the thrift store, especially a jacket or something, what happened to that person? What kind of trauma, if there was trauma in their life that's attached to that item, A mirror. And don't buy mirrors. Don't buy mirrors, man, because that's not like mirrors aren't like, what are they? Like something you could put on and rock, Mirror is a reflection of somebody or some other people that was looking in it. So what you're actually buying is, or you're buying the mirror, but you're also purchasing reflections, How many reflections are attached to that? How many people cried in that mirror, How many people were happy in that mirror? You just don't know, bro. Don't pick up mirrors. That's all I'm saying. Don't pick up mirrors. I don't think that's a good idea. And if you do, well, shit, you bought it, right? Anyway, that's my story. Something I had to share with you guys, all right? It just happened recently, and, man, those vibes. Ugh. Anyway, hey, thank you for coming back to the Ghostfly podcast. And you guys hit subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll talk to you guys later, all right? Take care. Peace.